I told Frank, you follow me, come in. I carry this thing.
Oh, that was for this locate. I don't need that. Oh, no. Yeah, leave it here. No worry, no worry, no worry. I got that.
So,
sorry, sir.
After
Yes. Sorry.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Shettima. Media, if you are ready, I am. First stanza of the national anthem.
In brotherhood we stand, Nigerians all and proud to serve.
A union man can never fall. There you go. There you go.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the Vice President, not to keep reminding me. Your Excellency, the Secretary to Government, Chief of Staff, my very authentic comrade, Comrade Hadiza Usman. You are not Alhaji. I know you beat Tobacco, but that's not your name. Let me appreciate all the ministers and senators and all those that are here. For me, I feel extremely privileged to be here and to be able to say something on the occasion of your 50th birthday. But listening to those who have spoken while I was here, I realized that not much understand why you are who you are. I think I'm one of the few, maybe with the Vice President as well, who knows that those who know your father, Bala Usman, the only Nigerian academic who refused to accept professorial title from someone he didn't think he didn't want favor from anyone. He earned it, but he said he didn't need it. In a country where people are crazy by titles, because I heard somebody saying, you don't care the position, etc., etc. That is Bala Usman in you. And then I understand, I listened, somebody said, you are principled, you are stubborn, you believe in you have eye for details, etc. And I said, that is the Bala Usman in you. So tell me your father and I will tell you who you are. I was very privileged, which is why I feel always indebted to you, because the reason all of us must strive to do good and make name is that so that our children, even if we don't get the benefit, our children will get the benefit. When you were appointed as MD of MPA, so people with bad belly who were drunk with power, they tried to rubbish you without knowing your background, and you fought back. They try, if they have their way, if there was anything they could enact, they wanted to rubbish your family name. But in the end, they have rubbished themselves. And right now, they are hungry. That hunger, even as they had a pot belly, that hunger is lacking the capacity to misuse power, to oppress even the best collection among us. So the day I hear that those who were so powerful yesterday are now hungry, I say, may this hunger remain until they return to their creator. And look at it. Today you are here, you have the honor of Nigeria Vice President be in attendance to celebrate your birthday. Can you expect more? Why those who want to rubbish you remain in hunger? And after some time, they will be starving. You have the secretary to government, you have the chief of staff. Are they we anonymous? So Hadiza, this is the reward of listening and imbibing the best of your father. I don't know why I choose to talk about your father, but people can't understand why you are different. Because I was in Abuja here, your father came to join us to protest at the front of a national federal secretariat. So when I listen to people's comment about you not knowing our relationship, you said, that girl, that small girl, very stubborn, blah, 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 blah. But I'm very proud of you. Then your intellect, in election time, you come with some perspectives that some people may never have thought of. And when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appointed you as a policy advisor, I say, yes, for me, governance at the heart of it is policy. It is the outcome of policy or sets of policy choices that determine ultimate outcome of governance. It doesn't happen in an ad hoc manner. And so for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has an eye for merit to put you where he has put you, nothing more can be said. He didn't do it as a favor, he did it because he needed you. And he has kept you because I believe he continued to appreciate for a reformist government. People don't like reform, even though we all say you can't keep doing the same thing all over again and expect different outcome. This is something we say every day. But when you now have a government and a president supported by vice president saying we will stop doing things the old way because we want different outcome, the same people begin to complain. That is life. But for those who are convinced about the future, they will rather take all the risk to formulate new policies and execute them ruthlessly so that tomorrow can be better than today. Only a weak or untrained doctor will see you with serious internal ailment rather than open you up, because we are talking about governance. Rather open you up, he wants to give you Panadol to relieve the pain. Pain relief is what it is, pain relief, not cure. To cure, you need surgery. And I believe some of the surgery that have been carried out and that are still being carried out are partly the result of policy review, policy analysis, and policy choices. And you are part of that team. So I want to congratulate you. At 50, people can write a book about you. And for those women who talk about empowerment, there is nobody more powerful than women. Because studies have shown that women have eye for details. And when you fight to a point that those who want to destroy you become hungry, I have nothing more to say than to say congratulations on the occasion of your 50th birthday, and I will want to attend your 100th birthday. But that day I will not be too much in a hurry because you caused it, madam. 2 minutes, I was now jumping to obey. And here, look at what happened to me. So, Your Excellency, thank you so much for honoring my sister. This is my real comrade who has the heart of gold, but also the strength of steel to deal with people who will end up in hunger. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, my very own brother, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, the Chief of Staff to the President, honorable ministers here present, heads of agencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm truly, truly humbled today as I stand before you. And as a lot of people have mentioned, I completely don't want anything to be about me, to be celebrated. And the whole process of holding this colloquium, I've been kicking and screaming about it because I don't want attention. More so, I kept telling them, who's going to come? Who are you going to invite? How can you get 200 people to come? Why will 200 people come for any such colloquium? So I believe that these are things that a lot of people are not aware about me. Some people feel I like to be out there, but it's actually contrary. So I'm humbled today. I'm here before all of you. I have a span of audience from my family that came all the way from Musawa to come and be here with me, to my colleagues that sit at the Federal Executive Council, to my friends that were my friends when I was 10 years old, 11 years old, 15 years old, people that have been with me through thick and thin. And that really, truly, truly humbles me today. We also have a team of people that just see me and ask for an invite to be here. There are a lot of young women and young men that always meet me and ask me about, we look up to you, can we have a word with you, can you? So a lot of them are here, and I feel truly humbled that you're all able to come here today and celebrate me. I'm not one that likes to celebrate myself, but today I'm here listening, and as she said, I cried because I really feel very humbled by all of you here. Thank you very much. Bashir Dabo has been instrumental to this, and I can't thank him enough. My team in my office, my colleagues, Comrade Adams that spoke about my dad, and I am a true daddy's girl, a real daddy's girl. And when she was saying it, like she hit the spot. I am a daddy's girl, and I miss my daddy so much. So thank you all for coming today, and I truly appreciate everyone. There are a lot of people that I'm not able to mention. Former Attorney General Adoke has been a strong anchor supporter of me all through my dramas across MPA, coming into the government, and also the aspects of my life that speak to the politics, election planning, with Comrade spoke to aspects of things that not a lot of people are aware about how much involved I am in election planning from 2015 to date. And I would like to thank everyone for coming. I really appreciate it. I'm touched from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all for coming, and God bless us all.
Your Excellency, sir, Hajia Hadiza Usman, Presidential Advisor on Policy Coordination, who we have all come
with it. He was born Eugenia Umwe Adamu on 19th October 1962. He holds BA English in 1981 from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, when I was a secondary school pupil with short knickers. He's a writer, he's a journalist, and of course, she's a poet. He holds an MSc in Contemporary Policy Studies from City University of London in 1992, and an MSc in Creative Writing from Steele University. So he was for 17 years an anchor on Prime MTA News at 9 p.m. So if you hit me, I will hit you back. The Speaker of the Federal House of Representatives, ably represented by the leader of the Northern Caucus of the Federal House of Representatives, Right Honorable Al-Hassan Ado Dogwa. In the First Republic, we had very colorful politicians. In the bond of Hostis Okoti Ebo, Adegoke Adelabo Penkele Messi, we had Ladoke Akintola, Kingsley Ozumba Mbadiwe, the man of timber and caliber, Malam Aminu Kano, And in the Second Republic, we had Bosari Adelakun, Lamidi Adedebu, Sabo Bakinzo, Mohammed Abubakar Rimi, Yusuf Bala Usman. And in the current dispensation, the whole political space is populated by careful snails who do not want to disturb the apple cart, except for my very good friend, the cat, the return of the godfather, Adams Aliu Eric Oshiomole. The senator representing Edo North, a very colorful, but you did not dance. I think you need to dance and entertain the people a bit. The cat with 9 lives, the longest serving public servant in Nigeria. He was variously the director of protocol in Benue State, a permanent secretary, a governor of Benue State, a 3-time senator, a minister of the Federal Republic, and now secretary to the government of the Federation. Akume, George, Senator George Akume Uduaghan, Ada Agbaga of the North Central Sub-region. So when they were helping him to come down the steps, it wasn't true. He was putting on an act. Because it's not only Hadiza that should be accused of conspiracy of silence. The SGF equally got married. So if Hadiza is going to be forgiven, the SGF should also plead guilty and be forgiven. The Chief of Staff to Mr. President, my brother, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, my colleagues in the Federal Executive Council, too numerous to mention. There is the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, the Honorable Minister of Health, Information and National Orientation, Water Resources, Youth Development, Steel Development, Minister of State FCT, Honorable Minister of State Education, Honorable Minister of State Health, the Honorable Minister of State Works, and the Honorable Minister of State Industry, Senator John Owa Eno. Of course, the Deputy Governor of Yobe State, representing his governor, Idi Berde Ubana. Our dear Celebrant, the head girl, Special Advisor to the President on Policy and Coordination, Hadiza Bala Usman. I would rather not use that word Hajia. He's not fond of it either. Hadiza Bala Usman and her dear husband, my friend, my brother, the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Malam Shehu Diko. The kids and members of the Usman Liman Durbin Kasina family, the Director General of NEMA, Ms. Zubaida Umar, who was part of the conspiracy of silence that denied us the knowledge of the consummation of the marriage, the Registrar General of the Corporate Affairs Commission, Hussein Ishaq Magaji, the MD of NNPC Trading Limited, Mariam Sani Idris, my very good brother, the CG of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, Special Advisor to the President on Special Duties, Dr. Aliu Umar Modibo, and other senior presidential aides, Deputy Governor CBN Muhammad Detijo, heads of government agencies and parastatals, members of the diplomatic corps. I want to single out for special mention for my very good friends, former Ekiti State Governor John Kayode Payemi, former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, the erudite and highly principled Mohammed Bello Adoke SAN, former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boz Gida Mustafa, and of course, a very humble and self-effacing Kunji Ololafe. former acting secretary to the government and former special advisor to the president on policy coordination, Dr. Habiba Lawal. Distinguished invited guests too numerous to mention, members of the post asset of the RIM, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today we celebrate a distinguished daughter of the nation whose career stands as a masterclass in public service. At 50, Hadiza Usman exemplifies what it means to give oneself fully to the service of country. Fresh out of school, he did not wait for permission to matter. He studied the system, understood its demands, and earned her place through consistency of effort and strength of character. Our celebrant's life draws us into a deeper reflection. It asks us to consider the cost of becoming the person we hope our children will one day emulate, or in whose shadow they might find the courage to grow. She is the daughter of the unforgettable, irrepressible Dr. Yusuf Bala Usman, a prince who owned his princely roots and privileges, an extraordinary intellectual who lived a life of purpose, a man who committed his years to the struggle for justice, for the people, and for the nation. I committed to memory the entire speech he delivered at the defunct Citizens Lecture on the National Question. His speech was titled, "The National Question Beyond Fairy Tales." It was later on transformed into a book, the inheritance of courage that she got did not fade with time. It took root. It shaped our celebrant sense of duty and explains the steadiness that has marked her public life. There is no doubt that Hadiza's place in our public service history is secure. This is so because it was not built on spectacle, nor did it rely on applause. What he has become was a product of decisions taken quietly, responsibilities carried fully, and institutions strengthened with care. This is how influence is earned. And this, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, is why she has become one of the steady hands shaping our national direction. It is also that same grounding that places her at the heart of humanitarian action. The ultimate measure of a man, according to Martin Luther King Jr., is not where he stands at times of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of conflict and challenges. During one of Nigeria's darkest moments, he answered the call of conscience. He compounded the Bring Back Our Girls movement at a time of national grief, fear, and uncertainty, when lies were manufactured and weaponized for political ends, when fault lines that divide this country were deliberately manipulated for political ends. I was an active participant in that moment and saw firsthand how she stood firm. She demanded accountability, and she insisted on justice. It was a reminder for all of us in public service that service to country begins before and after office, and even without a title. We have seen her serve where the nation needed her most, from the Federal Capital Territory through the Kaduna State Government to our current advisory role in policy coordination and all the things in between. Today is rightly and fondly praised as the head girl of a refined generation of public servants, bridging the gap between the new and old guards. What has not been noted enough about our celebrant is that he is emerging from a part of the country where many young women still search for proof that ambition such as hers is permitted. Indeed, her journey required courage, and is why she has become that proof. She's a mirror, not only for the northern girl, but for the nation itself. This is even more so because her career unfolded in public view. Its trials were visible. Its demands were exacting. Its rewards were earned. Nigeria watched her grow into responsibility early, stepping into policy spaces where many are still finding their voice. Nothing about her rise was accidental. It was deliberate. It was earned. It was sustained by a faithful commitment to the difficult work of building a functional nation. As you mark this golden milestone, dear Hadiza, we celebrate a rare combination of gifts: grace, strengthened by grit; clarity, guided by courage; vision, anchored in service. You have shown by example that excellence in public life is a daily discipline. You are truly the head girl, a bundle of talents and tantrums. It's cheaper to be a friend to Hadiza than an enemy, because she is capable of defending her turf. I have no doubt that your parents will both have shared in the pride we feel today, the pride of this nation. And this moment must speak beyond celebration. It must speak to continuity. If we are to raise more generations of Nigerians ready to lead with purpose, to deliver with excellence, and to serve with courage, we must remember this truth: intention without the willingness to pay the price of service remains wishful thinking. So on behalf of a grateful nation and a proud presidency, I wish Idu Ikong Allah a happy 50th birthday. May the years ahead carry the same sense of purpose that has defined the years behind you. And may your example continue to guide those who still believe that service, when well done, can ennoble a nation. Thank you so much for your attention. And God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, my friend, my colleague, my sister, and the Celebrant, Hadiza, allow me to stand on protocol as already established. Today we gather not merely to mark a birthday, but to honor a life defined by purpose, courage, and an unwavering commitment to service. Hadiza Usman, at 50, represents more than the passage of time, represents a rare and disciplined journey through public life, one shaped by conviction rather than convenience, by principle rather than applause. Over more than 2 decades, she has stood at the intersection of civic advocacy and institutional leadership, proving that integrity and effectiveness need not be mutually exclusive in public service. From her early grounding in development practice, through her work in governance reform, to her leadership within some of Nigeria's most complex public institutions, Hadiza Usman has consistently demonstrated a clear doctrine of leadership. The public office is a trust, that delivery matters, and that courage is not optional. In 2014, following the abduction of the Chibok schoolgirls, she co-founded the Bring Back Our Girls movement as a sustained civic intervention that gave voice to those young girls and made sure that their stories were told and their plight was never forgotten. The movement demanded accountability, kept national attention focused on the girls long after headlines faded, and reshaped how civic advocacy could engage power without becoming performative. It remains one of the most consequential civil society actions in Nigeria's recent history, both in scale and in endurance. When she transitioned fully into government, that same seriousness followed her into office. As Chief of Staff to the Governor of Kaduna State, she played a central role in coordinating, executing, and enforcing government policies, ensuring that policy intent translated into action. She brought structure to governance, clarity to priorities, and an insistence on follow-through that defined the administration's working culture. Her appointment in 2016 as Managing Director of the Nigerian Ports Authority by the late former President, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, marked a historic moment not only as the first woman to lead the institution, but as one entrusted with reforming one of Nigeria's most strategic and complex agencies. During her tenure, she prioritized transparency in budgeting, operational accountability, interagency coordination, and institutional reform. She approached the role not as a figurehead, but as an administrator deeply engaged with systems, processes, and outcomes. And long after her departure, the standards she enforced continued to shape expectations within the institution. Notably, she exercised authority without spectacle. She governed with discipline, made decisions grounded in policy and evidence, and maintained focus in environments often resistant to reform. In doing this, she expanded what was possibly unexpected of women in positions of real power, not through rhetoric, but through performance. Beyond the offices she has held, Hadiza Usman has remained consistent in character. In spaces that test resolve, she has shown restraint. In moments that demand firmness, she has been decisive. And in a public culture that often rewards excess, she has remained measured, serious, and deeply institutional in her approach. Now, this colloquium is therefore rightly framed not as a celebration of personality, but as a reflection on leadership, legacy, and service. It invites us to consider what it means to govern effectively in complex environments, to build institutions that endure, to deliver results without compromising principle, and to remain grounded while not power. Hadiza, for me and to me, is an unsung hero, a quiet achiever who prefers to work quietly in the background without recognition, whilst achieving much. She is a rare combination of beauty and brains. My dear sister, as you mark this milestone, I thank you for your service, your courage, and for reminding a generation that public leadership can be principled, disciplined, and humane. At 50, you stand at a point of deepened influence, continued relevance, and earned authority. The examples of leadership you have set will continue to inform conversations about governance, about political and administrative leadership, and about what it truly means to serve. Hadiza, by nature of her job, works very closely with my office. She has been an absolute delight to work with. I thank you for adding value to my office and to this administration. On behalf of all gathered here today, and many more who aren't here, but whose lives have been shaped or otherwise impacted by you, I wish you a happy 50th birthday. May the years ahead be marked by clarity of purpose and continued impact. And may you live to enjoy many more years of peace, prosperity, good health, and the abiding grace of a loving God. I will, however, not leave this podium without a parting shot. You see, many of you may not understand the extent of closeness I have, or the bond I share with Hadiza. She practically tells me everything, and I tell her everything in return. The one thing she didn't tell me was that she was getting married. She was in my house on Christmas Day in Lagos. We sat together, we ate together, we felicitated together on Christmas Day. I made my feelings when she didn't tell me anything on that day. And she was married even then. I made my feelings known to her, and she was still explaining till today, asking for penance. You are forgiven, Hadiza. Happy married life.
There's a style for mounting this staircase, you know. You have to get the style. There you go. There you are, sir. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much. My Oga says I'm a cat with 9 lives. Eugenia, not 8. It's 9. Your Excellency, the Vice President, Shettima Kashim, GCON, members of the National Assembly here present, the governors, serving and non-serving, the Chief of Staff to the President, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, GCON, Honorable Ministers, my colleagues, top presidential advisors, particularly the Celebrant, Hadiza, Bala, Usman, DIKO. Hadiza, did you hear that? I said, Hadiza, Bala, Usman, DIKO. Members of the Diplomatic Corps, the former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, my brother Boss Mustafa, the former Attorney General of the Federation, Adoke, top government functionaries and heads of agencies, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I write with immense joy, and this is to Hadiza Usman, to when we congratulate you on the joyous occasion of your 50th birthday anniversary, marked on Thursday, 2nd January 2026. Reaching this golden milestone is not only a celebration of years, but a profound tribute to a life of purpose, service and unwavering commitment to the ideals of good governance and national development. Your public career stands as a shining testament to dedication, discipline, courage, and patriotic zeal, qualities that have consistently defined your contributions to our dear nation. As Special Advisor to the President on Policy Coordination and Head of the Central Result Delivery Coordination Unit, you have continued to distinguish yourself through intellectual rigor, strategic foresight, and uncommon passion for translating policy intent into measurable outcomes. Your leadership has strengthened the architecture of governance delivery and reinforce the culture of accountability and results across government. In this critical national assignment, you have remained steadfast, innovative, and resolutely focused on advancing the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. Your journey in public service, marked by service, sacrifice, and steadfastness, has inspired many, particularly women and young Nigerians, to believe in the power of competence, integrity, purposeful and meaningful leadership. You exemplify the finest virtues of patriotism, integrity, and selfless service, deploying your vast experience and intellect in the service of a stronger, more efficient, and more prosperous Nigeria. As you celebrate this landmark birthday, I pray that Almighty God grants you good health, renewed strength, wisdom, and many, many years of impactful service to our dear country. May the years ahead be filled with continued fulfillment, greater accomplishments, and abiding joy as you remain a pillar of support to the President and a valuable asset to the nation. Your mandate cuts across many segments of the service, and that is why you are constantly in my office. We exchange ideas, and of course we formulate many issues together. Please, sister, my warmest felicitation to you. You must accept, and best wishes on this memorable occasion. Before I finally say congratulations, I want to let you know that yesterday we were together with Madam Secretary General of the United Nations. It was a wonderful moment. I know why she's laughing. There are more days we'll continue to laugh. Finally, congratulations and happy 50th birthday. Thank you all.
Not being pretty. You can be pretty and brilliant all at once.